Hi, welcome to the third session of SAP HCM training. Today's topic is General Ledger Accounting. General Ledger Accounting, which is basically used for a comprehensive picture for external accounting reports. As you have already learned in your books, in your theory parts as well as in your practical parts, that whatever accounting we does, every values are stored in the ledger account. And this is these ledger accounts only on the basis of which our financial statements of any organization has been prepared. Whatever you record as a business transactions will be recorded in your ledgers. So that is why it has been said that the general ledger accounting is a comprehensive picture of your external accounting, that is the financial statements or cash flow statement. This is general ledger where all your business transactions are recorded, which is fully integrated with all other operational areas of an organization or which we say in SAP as company code. It makes sure that the accounting data are always complete and accurately filled and posted. So general ledger accounting is a very important part for accounting, and that is why it is the first essential submodule of FICO module. Now in general ledger accounting we will be covering the above point in today's training. First is how to create the chart of account, creating account group, document splitting for GL account, define retained earning account, maintain number range, creation of GL master, and unit testing. Now let's come up one by one with these points. First is the chart of account. Chart of account contains the definitions of all GL account in an order form. Each general ledger is set up according to a chart of account. Many company codes may have the same chart of account if they wishes to. All group organizational units use the same chart of account. In simple terms, we can say that chart of account contains the list of all the GL account, which is termed as ledger accounts, that are used by any company or legal entity in a practical world. Chart of account contains the structure and the basic information about the GL master. For each GL account, the chart of account contains the account number, account name, and the technical information about the GL account. Technical information basically refers to who created the GL, what was the date on which it was been created, what are the different changes which took place in the ledger account. So to contain all the list of ledgers, you need a chart of account to be assigned to a company code. That is why for each company code in SAP, a chart of account has to be assigned. You can use the same chart of account with multiple other company codes as well, depending upon the requirements. Now take up a practical example. You have got two different company codes. One is termed as 1100 as it is in the screen, and another one is 1200. You can have the same chart of account as 1000 as 1000 for both the company codes, and if you want, you can have two different chart of account separately for both the company codes. Why we have the same chart of account and we prefer to have the same chart of account is, if you got the same chart of account, you can have a consolidated reports for both the company codes as a whole or as a group, you can say. So you can have a corporate group reports or corporate group financial statements or collection reports or sales reports or revenue reports kind of a things. So having the same chart of account make it simpler for you to have consolidated reporting in SAP. But in case you have got separate chart of account for them, it will be difficult to have the reporting. That is why we prefer to use the same chart of account if it is in the same country for all the company codes or all the different organizational units for that particular group. Coming up next, chart of account are basically of three types. First, operative chart of account. Second, country specific chart of account, and group chart of account. When we start working in SAP, we need to create a chart of account which has to be assigned to the company code, and that chart of account is termed as operative chart of account. Why? Because it is operative chart of account which contains the day-to-day activities of the organization, which means day-to-day business transactions, daily postings related to all the business transactions, and on the basis of that all the transactional values are updated in the ledger account. So you need an operative chart of account which is a must for any company code or legal entity. So it is a mandatory part. You must have it. Second is the country specific chart of account. When a big group or MNC have businesses all around the world, they need to follow different countries' legal requirement. Every country has got their own legal rules and regulations, and every legal entity has to follow it. So to have that, we create a country chart of account from country to country, but it is an optional part depending upon the kind of a business you have. Third is group chart of account. Suppose you have created separate chart of account for your different company codes, and now you want to have a group reporting. For those cases, we assign a group chart of account to both the respective chart of account which are separate, and we consolidate as a group chart of account and can have reports on the basis of that, consolidated reports or group wise reports for the financial statements or for any other purposes related to accounts or external reporting. A chart of account defines what will be the code or the length of character for every GL account. In SAP, every ledger or a GL has been given a unique number. That number could be of 1 digit or maximum 10 digits, means 10 characters. It depends upon client to client how much characters they want. It may be a 4 character, it could be a 6 character, it could be 8 or 10 or any as you want, in even or in odd digits. It's up to the client requirement. So you cannot have a more than 10 character length for the ledger, and this particular length, whether it will be a 10 character or a 7 character or a 6 character, is defined in the chart of account while creating it. So it has to be taken care. So we will be looking after this later on when we'll be doing the configuration in the SAP system, how this chart of account is prepared and where we put the length of GL account number in it. Moving up to the next point, that is the account group. Now, account group controls the data that need to be entered at the time of master record creation. Account group exists for the definition of GL account, vendor, customer, master, etc. So what we do in this is we create group. Similar groups are created so as to have a simple understanding and recognition for it. Could be easy to recognize which group refers to which, and it becomes easier for reports, for reporting and all. So more or less, account group is a classifying feature within the GL master account master record. Account group controls the number range and creation of GL master within the specific number range. Predefine a number interval for similar GL master records, and GL master with same number interval are created in the same account group. So more or less, in order to arrange and manage a large number of ledger account groups are created in SAP system. In practical world, if you go anywhere, any other accounting software, there are huge list of ledger account, and if you want to group them on different parameters or on different groups, like you want to group the cash ledger as a group, bank ledger as different group, customer or vendor as a different group, asset as a different group, liability as a different, revenue and expenses as a different group. That means that if you create these groups, means their numbering should be same, their number range, GL number range should be same in the same sequence means. So that is what is created in with the help of account group. Account group basically controls the number range and creation of GL master. In this, we group the financial statement in different groupings. Like financial statement, there is a balance sheet and a profit income statement. In balance sheet, we can group one as asset, another as a liability, just like as in the diagram as on the screen. Asset has been numbered as from 1 to 19999, and liability has been given a number range from 2 to 29999. So this range is what can be easily identified when we are working on the SAP system. Practically, we can easily identify that anything which is starting with 1 is related to an asset, and 2 is related to a liability, and 3 is income, and 4 is respectively expenses. So it becomes easier. That is why we make the grouping in, and that is what is account group is all about. You can further subgroup these groups as well if you want to. You can break these groups to further groups as well. Like in practical world, assets are further grouped like current assets and non-current assets. If you want further, you can subdivide the current assets as bank group is different, cash group could be different, and customers group could be different, and remaining all other are put up in as other current assets. So if you want, you can group those part as well as a sub part of assets, and their number ranges could be assigned from and to, and those assets, those particular ledgers for those groups will be created with that particular numbers. So it is easier for identification, it is easier for having the reports like financial statements if we have got these groups. Now once the groupings are done, then we move on to the splitting for GL account. Now as we have seen that in the account group, we just group that as an asset or a liability or a revenue or income. But how the SAP system will decide that a particular group range